Gonna get into it in a second. I just need a snack, man. I need a snack badly. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. And these thingies. Some of this Nutella. It's like chocolate peanut butter. Sick. It's the sickest thing ever. I swear to God. Mm. Life's good, man. Life's good. What do you say? Oh. Mm-mm-mm-mm. But we on CSS now. I was going through it earlier this morning. Ugh. Very interesting. Very interesting. I want to get to the point. I want to get to that point of repetition, or maybe it becomes like muscle memory. I'm bummed just on here eating and shit, but I'm getting to it right now. Man. Fucking these up, man. Fuck it. My phone talking about his bedtime. What the fuck? Mm. Mm-mm. I'm gonna get right with you. Hell, sir, I'm gonna get right with you. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Mm-hmm. I look, I'm gonna get more on y'all. Yeah. Fuck these shits up, yo. Mm. I wouldn't feel like I broke a tooth. I'm hitting the line. That was my last one on God. I'm tight. I'm tight. For now, at least. Mm. Alright. So now we're here at the foundation section. Hmm. In the previous lesson, you learned how to write the HTML that determines how a web page is structured. The next step is to make that structure look good with some style, which is exactly what CSS is for. In this lesson, we're going to focus on what we believe are fundamental CSS concepts, things that everyone should know from the beginning, whether they're just starting out or simply need a refresher. Lesson overview. This section contains a general overview of topics that you will learn in this lesson. Add styles to HTML with CSS. Understand how to use class and ID attributes. Add styles to specific elements using correct selectors. Understand what the cascade does. And they're not talking waterfalls. Basic syntax. At the most basic level, CSS is made up of various rules. These rules are made up of a selector. More on this in a bit. And a semicolon separated by, I'm sorry, and a semicolon separated list of declarations with each of those declarations made up of a property value pair. Property value pair. So we got the selector is div dot bold text. Hmm. Front weight is the property value 700. You know, for me, I always get caught up in these like I see something like this, front weight, right? I looked at it as like vocabulary, and I'm like, oh my god, what does front weight means? I feel like I need to know what front weight means right now. I always have that going on. That's why it makes it even like, as for me personally, it's like makes it difficult learning things because I just get sidetracked by something that may not be so important in the moment to grasp a concept. It's like hard to let it go though. I'm like, what is front weight? What the fuck is that? I feel like if I know what front weight is, it will tie this example together for me, so I could like, I think I could put in a sentence. I mean, I can still put in a sentence now, but I don't know exactly what it means, so I would just be kind of a div is one of the basic HTML elements. It is simply an empty container. In general, it's best to use other tags such as h1, which is header, right? Or headline. And I'm gonna be honest, I've I should go Google it though. I should know what H1 that what the H and H1 means. I just know what it does. You know, I don't remember. It's not. Hold on, I can look right here. See, sometimes I'll look back at your shit. It's not a header. Is it a headline? Oh, Or maybe I can actually hover over it. The H5 element represents a section heading. Oh, there we go. It's a section heading. Boom. Shout out. Shout out, not Angular. Visual Code. Shout out for them for doing that. That's fucking lit. I don't know if anyone else. This is the only shit I've ever used, so I don't know. But like they have this shit and this shit's fire. I might need to get some more fucking Nutella, man. I've been on Nutella the last couple of days. Oof. Bubble Gut City, but fuck it, man. But I'm sorry. In general, it's best to use other tags such as H1 or P. Pushing P. For content in your project, I'm sorry, it's funny because I read that all choppy. In general, it's best to use other tags such as H1 or P for content in your projects. But as we learn more about CSS, you'll find that there are many cases where the thing you need is just a container for other elements. Many of our exercises use plain divs for simplicity. Later lessons will go into much more depth about when it is appropriate to use these various HTML methods. Okay, I'll look forward to that. Selectors simply refer to the HTML tags to which CSS rules apply. There are what is actually being selected for each rule. The following subsection don't cover every selector available, but they're by far the most common and the ones you should get comfortable with using first. The universal selector will select elements of any type, hence the name universal. And the syntax for it is a simple asterisk. In the example below, every element would have the color purple styled applied to it. Hmm. So it's like asterisk, curly brackets, color, purple. Did I do that here? Oh, I did do that in this. Um, hmm. I did it here for recipes. So let me. Sorry, let me move on. Let me. Where I put that shit at? Oh, I put it up in here. No, no, no. That's the first fucking page. I did this morning, so I'm just trying to like go over it real quick again, for obvious reasons. Okay, so that's the link for the style sheet. Mm. Okay, so then I'm gonna go fix styles. Ah, alert text. Where is alert text? Oh, okay. Div ID equals. See, I don't know. Like this morning, I wasn't really getting it with the div ID and the div class. Like, it was a little up in the air for me. Type selectors or element selectors will select all elements of the given element type, and the syntax is just the name of the element. So the syntax is just the name of the element. And this is type selector, so we're selecting the type. So we're selecting all of these. So whatever you want to select. Okay. Oh, okay. So I think I got it. I got that down. So whatever these right here, your your div tags, and like in the example, you can style all the div tags here. But if you wanted to style only one div tag, then you use the ID, which I think, which I think are gonna bring up back. Oh, let me go back. Here, all three div elements would be selected, while the P element wouldn't be. Class selectors will select all elements within the given class, which is just an attribute you place on an HTML element. Here's how you would add a class to an HTML element. Class selectors will select all elements with the given class. Hmm. So what's going on here? Note the syntax for class selectors. Note the syntax for class selectors. A period immediately followed by the case sensitive value. Alright, mind you, I already did this part, but please, yeah. That's this right here. So what makes this a class now? It makes it a class because it's its own div. You can only do that with divs, or can you do that with other things? I guess we'll figure that out. Another thing you could do with a class attribute is to add multiple classes to a single element as a space separated list, such as class equals alert text severe alert. Since white space is used to separate class names like this, you should never use spaces for multi-worded names and should use a hyphen instead. So, alright, I'm just curious. I want to see an example of that too. See, I want to see an example of that. Did they show? They didn't even show an example of that. Oh, they did. I'm goofy. They're right here. Oh. So you would say alert text, severe alert. Ooh, I get rings in my ear. This should be feeling weird. Class alert, text severe alert. And that's simply just the div class. Div ID. ID selectors are similar to class selectors. They select an element with the given ID, which is another attribute that you place on an HTML element. Instead of a period, we use hash tag immediate following by the case sensitive. Case sensitive value of the ID attribute. When did they ever use a hashtag? Oh, that was for the title. Did I skip that? Hmm. That was very odd. I might have like skipped that. Hmm. Okay, I don't see it. Oh, sorry, Cortana. You can go away. I don't even know why she'd be listening. It's fucking weird. Oh, there you go. Title, background. Instead of a pair, we use the hashtag immediately found kitchen. A common pitfalls people overusing ID attributes when they don't necessarily need to, and when classes will suffice. While there are cases where using ID makes sense or is needed, such as taking advantage of specific, I can't even say that, specific, Specific. Ah, man. It's funny 'cause I felt like I said it right, then I just second guessed myself, and I know I lost it forever. So specific. Yeah. Alright. I was trying to shoot halfway a shot down. Or having links redirect to a section of on the current page. You should use ID sparingly, if at all. Hmm. Okay, so back off the IDs, I guess, but the IDs get tricky for me. It's just like I feel like I got it, man. It's like I haven't put it into practice yet, so it kind of goes over your head until you do that the first time, then you do it the second, then the third. Uh, Major difference between classes and IDs is that an element can only have one ID. An ID cannot be repeated on a single page. An ID attribute should not contain white spaces at all. It's at all, at all. So it's like read color, white, background color. Several unique declarations. See, that's another thing. Like, what is the read? I want to know what the read is. See, I don't know what's going on here. It's like I don't know which one's the fucking ID. This is the ID. No, it's not the ID. That's that's the class, ain't it? Specify this. Both are dot read and unread selectors. Oh, selector. Share the color white and background color black. Declarations, but otherwise have several of our own unique declarations to cut down on repetition. We can group these selectors together as a comma separated. Hmm. Oh, if they're in common. Okay. I don't know what they do though, so that's what's weird. For the examples above, with and without grouping will have the same result, but the second example reduces the repetition of declarations. It makes it easier to edit either the color or background colors for both classes at once. In the second example, though, this is the second one. So, changing selectors. The way to use selectors is to chain them. Oh, chaining selectors. Another way to use the selectors is to chain them as a list without any separations. Let's say we had the following HTML. We have two elements with the subsection class that have some sort of unique style. What if we only want to apply a separate rule to the element that also has header as a second class? Well, we could chain them. We could chain both the classes together in our CSS like so. Okay. So also so apply separate rule to the element as a header. What subsection dot header does is select any element that is both a subsection and classes. Notice how there isn't any space between the dot subsection and the dot header class selector. The syntax basically works for chaining any combination of selectors except chaining more than one type selector. What the fuck did I just read? Notice how there isn't any space between the dot subsection and dot header class selectors. Yeah. The syntax basically works for chaining any combination of selectors except for chaining more than one selector type. Mm. So you can chain together subsections, but you can't chain together selectors. Okay. This is a selector, subsection, subsection. We could also be used to chain a class and ID as shown below. Div class subsection header. Hmm. You write that down. I think they should show the CSS example first because as wouldn't that work? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't really matter. I feel like I would write it in CSS and then write it in HTML. I don't know. What do I know? I don't know dog shit from a dog pound, buddy. I don't know. CSS. I don't know the difference between hashtag and period premium. In general, you can chain more than one type selector since elements can't be two different types at once. For example, chaining together two type selectors like div and p would give us the selector div div p, which wouldn't work since the selector would try to find a literal div p element, which doesn't exist. Also, you have to chain them together. This in period. Oh, we can't change more than one selector. Since the elements can't be two different types at once. Hmm. Like the for you give us this. Combinations allow us to combine multiple sectors differently than either grouping and chaining or I think so. We show relationship between class selectors. There are four types of combinators in total. Or for right now, we're going to only show you the descending combinator, which is represented in CSS by a single space between selectors. A descending combinator will only cause only cause elements that match the last selector to be selected if they also have an ancestor, parent, guardian parent, etc. That matches the previous selector. I gotta see what that looks like. I'd be like ancestor child would select an element with the class child. If it has an ancestor with the class ancestor, another way to look at it. The way to think of the child will only be selected if the nested in. If it is nested inside of the ancestor, no matter how deep. Hmm. Color. How the fuck do you add alpha though? Yeah, I don't know what hashtags that. Damn. Oh, it's three. I'm bugging. percent. Oh, nothing happened. It's interesting. Granted, I don't know what even supposed to happen. Hmm. Hmm. I need to hit space. I don't know what's supposed to. If I could put the output in this, oof. Output in, what's it supposed to be? Hmm. Piggy. I don't know why it's not working. Hmm.